I have posted the level 101 target for 0 seconds repair to my YouTube channel. If you're coming here from Facebook or Kixeye forums or whatever, go ahead and check that out too after you're done with this one. In any case, the 101 is possible to do for instant repair, although probably not 0 seconds damage. I'm going to walk through my approach to doing this and just post the one run I'm doing this. If I turn out to mess up, you'll see that live on camera. I'm using my U1 flagship, which is a very low upgrade level, 2 X1 ships, which I did with tokens, and then 1 U3 ship. I do have 1 ship with 2 antis. That is all you need in this target. Please do not use more than 2 antis on your Confessor builds. I'm also using a Sea Serpent's crew that will be a little bit helpful against some of the Grimshine's Wraths. Alright, going to go ahead and get started. Initially, I'm going to trigger the Marauders and maybe hit the Phlogiston Launcher. The Phlogiston Launcher is actually a missile. That's confusing, I know, and it doesn't actually do anything because your countermeasures work very well against that thing, so hey, there you go. Your countermeasures shoot down every incoming missile from those particular turrets. From the Grimshine's Wrath, it is less effective, and it does nothing against the Brimstones as well. For the Marauders, notice I am moving away from them here, trying to use my rear weapons, which you only have at X1, to stun those if possible. If not, just keep moving in a straight line, you'll do perfectly fine against those ones. Kill the Phlogiston, and then kill the heavy turret with a firing arc. You may be getting shot at by the Brimstone. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't actually hit you and just puts clouds in a circle around you, which never hits you if you stay stationary. That's fine. If you don't stay stationary like right now and run through these clouds, you're a little more risk of getting hit, so just be aware of that. I try and stop in a few cases when possible. I did just rush a short-range turret right there and got pretty lucky with that one. I actually didn't see it. Like I said, mess-ups are going to happen right here. Let's go ahead and kill this island, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these mountains right here to block the scattergun from the Ravager. I'm going to try and trigger the Ravager here and get close to this thing and get it right up on the land tile so I can hit it with a full volley and even stun this thing, so I can do a ton of damage to it before it even gets close to being in range of me. Also, try and stay at max range and use the mountains to block their scatterguns if possible. You can also engage it from the right-hand side. I got hit by a volley there, and use these 2 mountains to block it, although that's not quite as effective. I'm going to shift-click on this heavy turret so I see where it is and I don't run into that. Hit the short-range one, which I'm going to stop for this time. Kill that one, and then move across to the 2 turrets on the right-hand side. If the Brimstone fires, I'm going to stop to ensure that I actually have time to do that. Marauders are coming at me. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of spin moves and hit it with my forward and backward weapons. If you only have forward, it actually makes driving a little bit easier, although it's harder to kite these things. Run away from them at max speed, and they should line up behind you. Again, X1 very helpful, although not particularly needed. You can do some spin moves and go forward, backward. If you do have that, alternate between those, it can be nice. Let's go ahead and kill this heavy turret and then get close to the next setup right here. Going to stop and wait for the cloud to pass. I don't really like the clouds, they're kind of annoying. And trigger the Grimshine's Wrath. You want to make sure when you're hitting the Grimshine's Wrath, which should be about now, that you do it with a fully reloaded fleet. You can hit it with the front ones, back ones if you've got it, and that should keep the thing stunned the entire time. Once that's dead, you can actually move forward a little bit closer towards the mountain. Just make sure you're not in the way of any of these heavy turrets, and you can kill like half the mountain from one side of it. It works pretty well. Just try and make sure you're not getting into a minimum range of something. I was right there. It was blocked by the mountain, so again, kind of lucked out on that one. Pressing S would just let you move to the closest turret and stop, which is what you should be doing. You should not take any damage from turrets. Looks like I got all the Brimstones, which are the annoying ones for me. I'm going to call that one good. Again, the Phlogiston Launcher does no damage to you because your chaff splitter system, the best anti-missile system in the game in terms of anti-missile accuracy, is good enough to kill those things. Let's go ahead and get the other 2 turrets down here. Try and avoid using my built-in weapons. This Grimshine's Wrath is going to go around the entire target. That's fine. We'll come back to that one a little bit later when it goes all the way around. At that point, I should have almost everything else killed there. And I will just try to avoid using my built-in weapons until such time so that I can hit it with all 4 of them at the front right here, right now. Stun this guy, keep firing, stay in range, and if you can, pivot on the back to hit it again and make sure it only fires 1 shot off at you. It does have King Killer to my knowledge, which means it will prioritize the ship with the most health, so that's going to be your flagship in this particular target. If you wanted to, you could increase the evade on the flagship, drop the evade on the back 3 or 4, and increase the damage or reload on the back 3 or 4. I don't see a need for that one. My damage is perfectly fine. I know I'm going to hit this thing in a TLC where my flagship is going to take some damage. Not every single target is going to be instant repair every single time. But hey, there you go. That's the target. Let's go ahead and take a look at the damage, the battle report, and the build. I took a little bit of corrosive damage. You can see right there, 4% resisted due to rounding errors. There's like less than 1% taken, but I promise you there was some taken. Penetrative, looks like I was able to evade or countermeasure everything. If anything should have been resisted, I would have taken some damage. It should be 100% corrosive damage taken. In any case, let's go ahead and look at the repair. That is 5 minutes and 12 seconds, which is not instant map repair, but it is instant base repair, because I didn't specify on the thumbnail which type of instant repair it was. I'm perfectly happy with that one. Only corrosive damage. If you got a little luckier on a crit hit, that would be instant map repair. Go ahead and try this, mess around with it, see if it works out well for you. My build is shown here. It's also in the build stock link down below. Let me know if you do have any questions, and having one Ship at X1 with tokens definitely does help out. With that said, I want to go ahead and say thank you to everyone whose name appears on screen now. If you want your name on here, click the join button below the YouTube channel, and I'll do my best to get your name added, and I try and update that every month, if not more frequently. With that said, and until next time, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.